How's everybody doing? Hello, I'm Jamie Romine, and I hope you're doing well. Today's title: Laugh It Off. So, of course, I'm getting these notes from my mentor, Robert Hollis. And speaking of Robert Hollis, if you enjoy to read and you would like a free digital copy of his book, I have a copy of it here that's not digital, of course. How is that working? Rat Race to Freedom. It's a roadmap from rat race to freedom, right? It's a great book. I've enjoyed it, and you can get a free copy of it if you want to go and get it, and it's at roberthollis.com/free. All right. So, what you need to do for 2023 is stop being so serious. And what I mean by this is stop beating yourself up. Especially thinking like when you don't do something you actually wanted to do, like me doing these lives. Don't get ashamed of myself. Don't feel guilty for not doing it, and don't take things personally from others that may attack you. And that's a big thing, especially in marketing, because people are going to attack you if they don't understand, right? Excuse me. A good example is stressing myself and saying I have to do this live and I have to make sure I do a post. Well, in the past, that would overwhelm me so much to where I would try to blow it off. And it would make me procrastinate because I wouldn't do the live, I wouldn't do a post. And the next thing you know, it's a couple of days later, I'm like, I ain't done a post in a while. I ain't done a live in a while. But also what that does is once you get to that point, you may start getting defensive about things or people coming at you because they don't agree with what you're doing, or they don't understand what it is really. But getting defensive like that makes you get in an offended mindset, which leads to you attacking them. Sorry, I'm reading the notes, you guys. Which then led me to try and maybe educate them. Well, actually, they didn't need to be educated. It's just we were in a different mindset, right? The way I would think in the past is, well, I've got to figure out a way to educate them and make them understand my perspective. Is that right? It's not correct, but either way, so I became the answer person after doing all this. I've had people, start asking a bunch of questions, and once you become that answer person, now you start off feeling like you don't want to answer wrongly, but then you get in that mindset and you start just becoming the answer person. Well, eventually what that leads you to doing is ignoring, because you don't feel like answering anymore because all these folks you've answered are now not doing anything. This is why we have a system in place. This is why you'll hear on me and Robert's videos why we will ask you to do something, because you need to follow those instructions. If you can follow those instructions, you can make this work. So follow those instructions and not get in these type of positions. It makes a world of difference, not only here, but it makes a world of difference in your team as well. Really, all you should do your best every day. Do your best every day. It's for you. Even Robert said in his video, he used to always say, if you can get 1% better every day, if you can just do your best every day, because it's you, not You may not be able to do that 1%, and that's okay. You done your best for that day. And tell yourself that. I did my best today. I'm not going to beat myself up. Man, I love that. That's strong right there. Be happy with what you did. That's right. Be happy. Let me ask you this. Do you think you could not be offended in certain situations and just laugh it off? It's tough. Sometimes it is tough. I had a hard time with it in the past. And even today, I may not laugh it off, but I do not get defensive anymore. I may sound like it. I have that tone, I've been told, but I don't mean it. And a lot of folks have actually, asked me if I was feeling okay about it, and that let me know that I sounded that way. And then we begin to talk about it, talk it out. What's up, Johnny? A lot harder than people think. Yes, it is, buddy. It can be tough. It can be tough for sure. Appreciate you jumping on, man. Let's see. I know some of you believe the world is conspiring against you, but what if you could have your mindset turn and think that the world may be conspiring for you? That, to me, that is big. Like, once I was able to change my mindset out of the negative and the more positive, things just seem to be working out better for me. And it's just made things a lot less stressful. And there is some hard times still. Don't get me wrong. There will still be hard times. But I know within these hard times, I've got a hell of a lesson that I am going to learn from it. And it's going to teach me a lot. Like, I love to share this part. If you go through something that's hard, you may feel like there is no lesson there, and that there is never a lesson in certain things. But in my mind, and the way things work for me, I may not see it at that moment. But later on, I'm going to realize that situation was very strong. I didn't think I could get out of it. And then when I look back, I realize I made it the hell out of it. I am strong as hell, and I know I can do the next thing that's coming at me. And then I look at that as the positive. So many times we have these hardships, but we come out of them, right? And when you do, that's your positive. You realized how much you grew this time, how much stronger you are than you thought you was. All right. Let's see. If the conspiring thing. Just try to think that the world is conspiring for us. It's not based on the size of the person that you are or the things that attack us. It is all about how we handle it. That's it. Your action or your reaction of an action or your reaction and your action is what's going to determine your outcome. We never know how strong we are until it's up. That's it. And that's a fact, man. Me and Johnny go way back, and we've both been through some hard things, a lot possibly in the past together. After our adulthood, we had, like everybody else, you go your separate ways for a while. You have your different hardships, but we've always reached out to each other and helped talk each other through some of the things. And I know Johnny's went through some stuff, and he's got out of it. Some we've talked about, some he did on his own. And I'm happy and proud for him. And he's in a great spot now. In my mind, he's in a great spot now. I hope he feels the same. So here's one thing that'll help you out. That a couple of years ago, I would try to do these lives, and then if you go back in my page, you'll see that I just quit doing them. Well, I would beat myself up because I would forget to do that live when I shouldn't have been beating myself up. But my problem is if I was sitting in the living room, I would think, oh man, I got to go do that live. Oh crap, I got to get on this training. Dadgummit, I got to get on this Zoom call. But what if you could think of it this way? I get to go do the live. I'm helping people with this live. I get to go get on this training and learn more. I get to get on this Zoom call and interact with all these folks and learn different perspectives from different people, or even share mine. There is so much positive there with just changing the wording. And if you can do that in your mind, it will help your life in general and what you attract to yourself. I agree, Johnny, you are a better man. But, dude, ain't we all? Like, I say ain't we all. I know both of us are for sure. One day I will, sure enough, share my story with folks. I know I will, and I feel a lot of folks may be surprised at what I was able to accomplish. But that's really what everybody has done. Like, they've all become a hardship in some way, fashion, or form, right? All right. Talking about changing that mindset. I love to give this example that I experienced myself. Whether I was on a construction site, playing music in the clubs, no matter what I was doing that I was enjoying, if something bad happened and somebody was like, man, how did that happen? My go-to phrase was, if I didn't have bad luck, I wouldn't have any luck. And I know I say this a lot in my trainings, but I worry about saying it too much, to be fair, because your mind hears that, doesn't know that you don't mean it that way. If you say a joke about yourself in a negative mindset or negative wording, your mind don't know you're joking. Your mind starts to believe in it sometimes. So watch how you even speak about yourself. Not just about others, but about yourself as well. If something happens, I kind of got off topic there, but this right here kind of gets you back. If something happens, laugh it off. Now, I never say that phrase anymore. The minute I realized what I was doing when I did personal development, when I started doing personal development, I realized that phrase was holding me back on so much. And once I stopped saying it, things started happening for me. Started getting a lot more positive results. And some things didn't work as fast as I wanted them to be, but I've still had to work on things here and there. And the way you work on them is how they react to you. In my mind, all right, I'm going to touch on a little thing here. Sorry. You manifest what you think. I agree, Johnny. So here I'm going to touch on a thing. I'm going to hurt some people's feelings probably, but that's okay. Laugh it off. No matter how you think, me, I truly think that what I'm doing here attracts a lot. That's a law of attraction. The universe will give you more of the things that you're grateful for, and you can manifest things that you're grateful for in the future as well. I believe in this for sure. Now, here's where some of you are going to get offended, and I hope you don't, but for the people that are believing God, that is no different in my mind than you praying. I'm not saying I don't believe, and I'm not saying I do. I'm just wanting to share this because there are different ways you can look at things. And no one person's way is wrong. What they believe, they believe. And we shouldn't. Why should we go back and forth on it, right? Let them believe their belief, we'll believe ours, whatever way. That's just the way I feel about it. I've worked around people that are big into church, and I've worked around atheists, and I let them all talk. They have their right to talk, and I have my right to think about what I want to think, right? Sorry I went off on this tangent there, but laugh it off. I hope this video gives you value, and if you would, if there's someone you know that could share or that could benefit from some of this, share the video with them. No problem with me. To me, you sharing the information. I'm not looking for anything out of it. except for trying to help someone through some hard times. All right. I want to say I'm always interested in your thoughts and your comments. And Johnny, thank you for your comments on here and jumping on, buddy. Always remember, stay focused, stay positive, and never give up.